Okay, I used a rather unconventional boring bar, 2-flute 1/2-inch end mill, to deepen our hole just a little bit. I will go back in with the tap now and make sure it's tapped all the way to the bottom. And then I'll try the breech in it again and shorten the breech into the barrel as necessary until I get a fit where this bears solidly and the face of the breech, this part of the breech, which you can see was, the last time I checked, was starting to bear just a little bit, but it wasn't near where it needed to be because it needed to go another half a turn past this point. Okay, we deepened our counter bore a little bit. This means we got to go back and re-tap again. This tap has already got lube on it. I had bottomed the tap out before, and so it goes just a little farther now. Just got to be careful, since this is, as I said, an extreme bottoming tap, if we don't break any of the cutting edges right off the very front of the tap. As I said, it's a very bottoming tap. Just cuts thread, full dip threads almost right to the end. Because we had bottomed out with this thing well before we got to where we needed to be, and we hadn't touched the back of the barrel yet, so we deepened it about only about 15 thousandths. I'm going really slow because I don't want to overdo. The final fitting will all be done with a file. I don't know if it shows on the video or not, but I'm about a flat and 3/4 from being seated completely. Yep, just about a flat and 3/4. So pull it out and look at it. See if we're printing on the end of the just starting to print a little bit. So I'm going to take this hole just a little deeper. I can see a little bit of red where it printed on the internal shoulder. So we're getting pretty close. I'm going to go in about 5 thousandths more with this boring bar. And I'm going to shift it. Okay, we're getting really close now. I just took 5 thousandths off the shoulder, the inner shoulder. And I'm marking this so I can see where it's bearing, because I think this will be the last of the lathe work. I think it'll all be handwork from here on out. Okay, after looking at everything, I'm going to take another 5 thousandths off of this face. Okay, I'm down to a flat and a half, maybe just a little less, which is just a few thousandths. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull it out of the lathe. And the rest of this will be done by filing off the breech face, the breech end of the barrel, very carefully with a hand file. Okay, we're in the final fitting here. We got less than a half a turn to go. And what you want to do is make sure this thing is seated properly. So that if you ever have to remove it, when you put it back in, it won't turn farther than the index mark. You want to make sure that everything is basically crush fit to the index mark. And you can see I've got good print around here, not much print on the face of the body of the breech. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to polish this down a little bit, which I will probably do with like 320 paper to keep a nice smooth finish on it. I've already filed it with a very fine file and cross filed it and draw filed it a little bit. And it actually looks pretty good. I think we're going to get there. Not taking a lot here, just enough to make sure there's no burr on the end of the bore from the machining and the fitting. As you can tell by the pink, alright, I got out of line there. As you can tell by the pink, I'm just starting to get contact with the face of the breech. Okay, this video is not as complete as it could be. I had some camera issues. If you will note in the close-up of the breech end of the barrel while it's in the lathe, you'll see that the surface that the breech has to seat against in that inner shoulder is not even flat, and that a flat, turning the breech plug in one flat, is only about 7 thousandths, well, close to 8 thousandths. So it's very critical that you maintain close tolerances when doing this and do the final fitting with a file, as I did. You can do the entire job with nothing but a file if you make a cutter or have a cutter that you can use to cut the bottom, the shoulder, the internal shoulder by hand. I have done that. You can make them. You can make your own tool as far as that goes. But that's a subject for another video.